I started the body by planing both of the joining surfaces flat and square. I used a brush instead of the coveted finger spreader to prevent any oils from my finger contaminating the join. By rubbing the two halves together, the air will be pushed out of the join and the glue won't be able to slide as much when the clamps are tightened. The two G-clamps further prevent the body from becoming misaligned. The same process was repeated on the maple cap. It was then cleaned up with a hand plane and a scraper. With my templates, I drew the shape of the guitar before heading over to the bandsaw. I made sure to use my thinner bandsaw blade here. This makes it easier to get around the tight corners. To refine the shape, I then went over to the bobbin sander and brought the material down to the line. After marking out the tummy cut, I started to hog away the material with a spoke shave. I also used rasps and files and finally cleaned up all the marks with a scraper. As this guitar will have a cap, I can drill all the way through the body for the control cavity, and then clean up with a coping saw and the bobbin sander. The last step before gluing the top was to route the channels for the pickup wiring. I also decided to chamber this body to try and save some weight. After positioning the top to the body, I drilled 2 holes to act as locating pins and used toothpicks to keep everything aligned. Unfortunately, as I lowered the top onto the body, the toothpicks snapped like, well, toothpicks, and I had to quickly remove them and locate the top by eye. In the end, the alignment was pretty decent. The height of the perimeter was then drawn on, and the neck angle was planed in. Using a Forstner bit, I was then able to remove the bulk of the material from the neck pocket. The neck pocket was then finished with a template and a router. The pickup pockets were routed in much the same way as the neck pocket. Now that I can see where everything will lie, I can decide how I want to carve the top. I started off carving with a gouge, but quickly switched to my large D'Angelico plane. These have quickly become my favourite planes for carving tops. I primarily carved across the grain to avoid chip out. The last step was to blend everything together with a scraper. Thanks for watching. If you are interested in plans, or just fancy supporting the channel, head over to my website. A link will be in the description.